welcome to my trip report from JFK International Airport in New York to Glasgow, Scotland. Now, I'm flying on a Delta 757-200, and I'd like to give you a rundown of how I got here. Welcome to my trip report. So, as I was walking to my aunt's house, which we were going to leave from, I walked down the wrong street, but at least I caught this. Yes, this is Pennsylvania Avenue. So, after I finally got to my aunt's house, we're bringing the suitcases out front. You can see I'm struggling with the door right now. And we're actually going to bring it to the limousine. The limousine company is Dad's Limo. I highly recommend them. They're really good. We had a great experience with them. Here's the interior. There's water bottles and stuff inside. There's cups, napkins. It has everything. It's not overly fancy, no disco balls or anything, but it's good enough to go where you want to go. So, you can see here, we're now approaching the airport. We're approaching JFK. You can see the airport parking signs. All vehicles are subject to search. Welcome to JFK International Airport. Alright guys, here we are, Terminal 4. And I shortened 45 minutes of driving into like 45 to 1 minute. Like 45 seconds to 1 minute. We're using Terminal 4 because that's Delta's terminal and it's the international terminal at JFK, along with 1, 2, and 3. Alright, here we are at Terminal 4, and we're getting out of the car now. Excuse my mom talking, she just wanted to make sure I brought everything. Here's the Terminal 4 sign on the window, and Delta, so we're at the right place. Okay, so this is the interior of Terminal 4. I've never been here. This is actually my first international trip. There's the arrivals hall, departure boards, and the security hall is just past check-in. Okay, so we're past security, and I found this very interesting sculpture right outside of the security area. Our gate is gate B27, and that's where our flight's going to be departing from. Right now, I don't think it's here yet. It's probably at a stand, but I did see it coming in earlier that day. So it's probably at the airport. It's just at a stand, and it's going to taxi to the gate soon. So this is like walking time. So for me, it's talking time, so I can talk about my flight and such. So our flight is Delta flight number 266, and it is direct from JFK International Airport to Glasgow International Airport in Scotland. The flight is being operated by a Boeing 757-200 aircraft with 4 doors on each side.
Let's go.
Wait.
Where?
All of them have 4 doors on each side. I meant to say no over-wing exits. We came across this balloon display while in the shopping mall at the airport while we were just getting some water for our flight. And it's actually pretty cool. Alright, we're at gate B27 here, and you can see the 767-400, Wi-Fi enabled, pushing back from the gate next to us. I think that's B25. B26 is on the other side, and I wanted to just pass the time because it's kind of boring waiting for the flight. And the crew had to change out, so it took even longer than usual. So what I did was I just walked up and down the people movers, since you can't really plane spot at night. And there were no other planes pulling into any of the other gates around here. So I just walked up and down the people mover. Alright guys, so they just called us for boarding. Main cabin, all main cabin has just been called for boarding. And we are boarding our plane, the 757-200, with a Mariano Rivera decal, little sticker on the front with the number 42. And Delta is like the official sponsor of the New York Yankees, so it would make sense that they have a sticker like this on their plane. And I'll see you when I get down to the gate. Alright guys, so here we are in the gate, and we are walking up to the aircraft right now. And there weren't actually a lot of people in line to board. The flight was pretty full. I think almost every seat was taken, but it didn't take that long at all to board. The only wait was really the wait to start boarding. And then they board in order of disabled, economy, disabled first class, business, and then main cabin. Here we are stepping inside the aircraft. It's mood lighted, and I love that. I absolutely love mood lighting. It's so amazing. It calms you down, and I think it's one of the best features you could have on an aircraft. So here we are. I am admiring the Delta Comfort Plus seats as we wait, and our row is row number 39. I'm sitting in 39F, the window seat, because I begged my parents for the window seat so I can do these videos. You're welcome. And so there is my aunt stuffing the luggage in the overhead bin. The blue one is mine, and I'll tell you what happened to it on my trip report back home, because the TSA did something to my luggage. I won't tell you now. So here we are. Here's the view outside, and I'll see you at taxi. Alright guys, I got my suction cup on the window so I can film out.
Good evening and welcome aboard Delta, a founding member of Sky Team. This is flight 2666 with non-stop service to Glasgow International Airport. If you are just joining us this evening, it looks like that is going to be a fairly full flight, and we should be departing just shortly. If you are seated at the exit row, all bags must be stowed for takeoff and landing. Cellular phones are permitted while we are here at the gate. Once the main cabin door has been closed, all cell devices must be turned to the airplane mode and your laptop computer stowed. We should be departing just shortly. Thank you.
So, I'm pretty sure you've noticed already, but there's a Delta A321 pulling up to the gate next to us. That looks like B29, although I can't read the numbers from here, so correct me if I'm wrong about any of the gates, because I might not even remember myself. You can see they're about to extend the gate out to the aircraft. It's like they're shutting down the engines right now. And it's really interesting, I find, to watch the operations of an airport. You just see all these people hustling and bustling about. They surround the planes with all these, like, cleaning, luggage, gate, and then they take it all away, and the plane's off in the sky again, 36,000 feet away from any of that. And I just find it so interesting. Ooh, the gate's extending now. So you can see I suction cupped my camera to the window, so it'll be smooth. It may vibrate on takeoff or landing. I'm sorry about that. It might vibrate when the spoilers come up. I'm sorry about that, but that's just the way the plane vibrates. So, after the gate contacts the door, I'll go ahead and skip to taxi and takeoff. Just giving you a heads up, we were 15th in line for takeoff. Ooh, you can see my reflection in the window, staring out the window. Ooh, a takeoff. Alright, so we're taxiing now, and you've noticed the plane is going pretty fast. We are not actually taxiing this fast. I've sped it up 2 times for you because this whole video, clip, this was 2 minutes long, and I didn't want to include 2 minutes of watching airport lights blink. unless it was in the daytime. I'd include it if it was in the daytime, but it's kind of boring at night, so I shortened it down to 1 minute. And you can see there's landings, and the runway we're going to be taking off on is runway 22 left at JFK. So I believe we're now next in line for takeoff, and I will see you at takeoff. Alright, it's time for takeoff. The moment you've all waited for. That and landing. So we're now lining up on runway 22 right with a Norwegian 787-9 next in line for takeoff. So pilot's taxiing to the runway right now, and you may see a bit of shaking on takeoff. I'll stop talking and let you hear those wonderful Pratt & Whitney's roar. We're off. You can see those airport lights in the distance as we climb away from John F. Kennedy International Airport, and we're now on our way to Scotland. So now we're going to start doing some turns. First, we're going to run over Long Island, then parallel to Long Island going north and east, and then we'll set a path on the Great Circle route over Greenland and Iceland before we land in Scotland, where we land. It's 12:15 a.m. and apparently by Delta that means time for dinner. And here you can have a look at the menu. I'm going to have the chicken breast fillet with truffle mashed potatoes, green beans, and carrots. So that is the menu, and I'll come back when I have my dinner is served, everyone. It comes with the chicken, cucumber salad, a biscuit, assorted cheeses and grapes, and a chocolate chip blondie, complete with a napkin and water bottle. So let's dig right in and see what this chicken looks like. Now, I'm not expecting it to be frou-frou first class fancy because we're not in first class, but I'm opening it right now. If I can only get this stupid tinfoil off while also holding my camera with one hand. Too bad the suction cup doesn't go on the tray table. And here's the chicken. Here's the chicken. And it looks good. It's served with the mashed potatoes in a sauce. And it has green beans along with it. And overall, this meal was pretty good. I liked it. I would fly on Delta again, but not at midnight. Good morning, gamers. And it is now sunrise over the Atlantic Ocean. And you can see during this neat little time lapse I took out the window how fast the sun actually rises there. And it's really kind of beautiful seeing just the blue glows and then the clouds being illuminated underneath. back to what I was saying. Good morning, gamers. And we are almost halfway to Glasgow. And you can see the wing is now visible. I can actually see stuff. I made this little privacy screen between me and my mom. Alright guys, breakfast is served. So let's open this box. It's a Delta Continental breakfast, is what they listed as, and... Did I just drop my camera? I just dropped my camera. Okay, let's do a take two. Alright guys, take two. This is the Delta Continental breakfast box. I really like the design on the outside. The fork and the colors and the light. It's just so interesting. And there's my mom flashing some Thin Mints, or Junior Mint, whatever mints. And watch as I struggle to get this box open. It turns out I wasn't actually looking at where the tape was, and this is when I finally got it open. So here I am opening up the box, the big box of breakfast. And I have to realize that there's another flap on the other side. I must be quite tired from the flight. So finally got the box open. And then there's another tape. Finally got the box open. So I'm on my way, apparently. I don't know, it doesn't look like I'm moving to me. So there is yogurt, but I'm not that much of a yogurt fan. Peach muffin, I'll definitely eat that. I'll eat the peach muffin. That'll be my breakfast. We got mints and utensils. And we have medium cheddar cheese. Medium? What's medium? We have Minute Maid orange juice, which we stashed in our hotel room. And let's open the peach muffin, and let's see how it is. So let's open it from the You're on Your Way box. At least I knew how to open this. Ooh, pop. Can you hear the crickets? I hear crickets out my window. So here's the peach muffin, so let's try it out. It kind of looks like a crumb cake. I had crumb cake for breakfast this morning. I don't know why I'm saying this stuff. Maybe I'm just tired. And the peach muffin was good. Alright, as you can see, we are over land now, and our plane is just making the final turns to begin running parallel to the runway. It's going to fly parallel to the runway and then descend, do a U-turn, and come around and land, in which you'll see in the next clip. So right now we are over Scotland right now, mainland Scotland, not islands. We're over the mainland. And you can't see my in-flight map because I'm recording the wing, but we just passed over Loglip Head, which is on an island. Excuse me if I'm pronouncing that incorrectly. That's on an island, and you can see we're slowing down now because the spoilers are extending. Spoilers are causing the plane to rattle a bit much, and that's just something that happens when you put your suction cup on the window. When you're behind the engines, that happens. Usually if you're in front of the engines, it doesn't happen, so... Alright, as you can see now, you can see the wind turbines down below and the sheep We're passing over Milngavie right now, and we are just turning onto our approach for runway 23 at Glasgow International Airport. So it's got a compass heading of 230 degrees with maybe slight variation. And you can see the spoilers are out and the flaps are going to be lowered to their first notch very soon, but I'll go ahead and skip over to final approach. So I'll see you on the final approach. Alright, we're on final now, and you can see there's a lot of houses and buildings. We're passing over Drumchapel. It's the second to last town before we fly over the River Clyde to land. And you can see there's quite a lot of high-rises here, like high-rise apartment buildings. That's just like around the area. So this is Clydebank, a suitable name. The river we're passing over is the River Clyde. And we're going to pass over a second smaller river right before landing. And that's basically like the airport perimeter fence. There's a little bit of green between the river and the airport perimeter fence, but it's basically the don't go past here line. I'd say it would be great for plane spotting if you could go out on a boat onto that river and just plane spot, or from that road. So here it is, and I'll let you hear the sounds of landing.
Okay, that's the airport fencing.
So it gotta be there.
It's all the airport fencing already.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we're up like here. Like here.
Ladies and gentlemen, Delta Airlines would like to welcome you to Glasgow International Airport. The local time is approximately 11:23 in the morning. There has been a 5-hour time change ahead. Please remain seated with your seatbelts securely fastened until the sign has been turned off once we are parked at the gate. You may now use your cellular phones. However, laptop computers may not be used. Please be sure to check around you for your personal belongings you may have brought on board. If you have any questions about ground transportation or baggage claim, there will be a representative to meet this flight. It has been a great pleasure to serve you on behalf of Delta, our global partners, and especially your New York City-based flight crew. We'd like to wish you a pleasant day. Thank you.
That was a smooth landing, and you could see the pilot really stepped on the brakes, because it's not that long of a runway, because you could see a lot of vibrating after touchdown, but it was a smooth landing. You can see I've sped up the taxi 2 times because it took a little long, and we're just going to be pulling in over here. This looks like the international terminal. Some domestic flights like KLM City Hopper still park here, and we're going to be pulling in 2 gates over from that Air Transat A310 right there. That's actually my first time seeing an A310, so kind of cool. And here we have 2 service trucks racing us, coming to meet our flight at the gate. And you can see Glasgow from here. You can see the surrounding towns. It was a really nice view coming in on landing, and the approach was smooth. A little wibbly wobbly, but it was good. we have arrived at our gate at Glasgow International Airport, right next to that Air Transat A310. This was a nice flight. I enjoyed the flight with Delta. I enjoyed the food. In-flight entertainment was good. You can see we're in Glasgow now. Everybody's getting their bags down now. So you can see a bit of the seat here. My pillow, blanket that I use for privacy screen. You can see my jacket. The armrests were good. And yeah, seat was nice and soft. I liked it. And it wasn't too firm. It wasn't like you sink into the seat. Hello. There was a good leg room, windows a good size, and yeah, I enjoyed this flight. So, we waited for everyone to get off the plane because we're like those kind of people. We don't like to be in the crowd. So we waited for everybody to get off the plane, and then we got off, and it was pretty fast. You can see my camera shaking around a bit because I'm also wheeling my suitcase in the narrow aisle. There's first class seats. We deboarded through the front door of the aircraft. And here we are walking down the gate. Just gotta get to the next part of the video. Alright. And yeah, so we had to go through this door and down the stairs and just out the airport from there. So here's our aircraft, N709TW with the 42 Mariano Rivera decal on it. The hotel we stayed at was Apex City of Glasgow, and you're about to see a clip that shows you the inside of the room and everything. The room was nice. We really liked it. The hotel design, as you can see, is really modern, and breakfast was good. Here's our hotel room, room number 605 on the 6th floor of the hotel. And it used like a little key card. It was an RFID thing that you would hold up to the doorknob and that would unlock it. So it's not like a punch-in or a key or anything. So here we go, bringing our suitcases in. The room was modern, yellow. We liked it. There were curtains so you could shut the light during the day and night. And it had an excellent view. Overall, I really liked this trip to Glasgow. And I'll see you once I go to Inverness. Bye guys, and thank you for watching Railstormers.